Did you know data centers in the Netherlands are consuming an incredible amount of electricity? Last year alone, these facilities used almost 5,100 gigawatt hours of power. To put that into perspective, that's equivalent to the electricity consumption of nearly 2 million homes. This number has almost doubled in just 5 years, now accounting for nearly 5% of all electricity used across the Netherlands. The biggest data centers, about 45 of them, have seen their power usage almost quadruple in the last decade. And get this, the actual consumption could be even higher, because these figures don't include power used by institutions like hospitals or universities storing their own data. It's a massive and growing demand. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. If you'd like, you can support us on. Russia has just signed a controversial new law directly impacting property owners in occupied Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has officially approved a decree allowing the seizure of homes whose owners fled during the ongoing conflict. These properties, deemed ownerless, will become the possession of Russian-backed regional administrations. The law specifically allows these confiscated homes to be used as official housing for Russian civil servants, military personnel, teachers, and doctors. They can also be transferred to Russian citizens who've lost their own homes due to the fighting. The UN Human Rights Committee has swiftly condemned this move, citing it as a clear violation of international humanitarian law. Reports indicate over 38,000 homes are already registered as potentially abandoned, leaving Ukrainian owners unable to verify or reclaim their property. What are your thoughts on this development? Subscribe for more updates. If you'd like, you can support us on. Russian President Vladimir Putin just lashed out at Western leaders, calling them piglets and declaring Russia's war goals in Ukraine will be met unconditionally. He warned that if diplomatic demands aren't met, Russia will liberate what he claims are its historical lands on the battlefield. These demands include Ukraine giving up full control of Donetsk and Luhansk. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Zelensky is seeking Article 5-like security guarantees from European allies, potentially involving armed force, intelligence, and economic support. The US is also reportedly planning new sanctions on Russia's energy sector if Putin rejects a peace deal. What's your take on these developments? Subscribe for more updates. If you'd like, you can support us on. Europe faces a critical decision this week that Ukraine says could spell catastrophe for every single European. If it fails, European leaders are gathering to decide on a massive €210 billion loan for Ukraine. This crucial financial lifeline would be backed by frozen Russian central bank reserves, urgently needed as Ukraine faces running out of cash by 2026. Roughly $300 billion of these assets have been immobilized since the invasion, with 2/3 held in Belgium. Ukraine warns that if Europe can't act, it signals a failure of solidarity and raises serious questions about the continent's future security and ability to respond to aggression. But some EU members, especially Belgium, remain hesitant due to legal and financial concerns, while others like Hungary might veto alternative solutions. This isn't just about Ukraine, it's a vital test for Europe's strategic power. What's your take? Subscribe for more updates. If you'd like, you can support us on